And so, imagine you're Abraham, and God comes to you in your sleep and tells you to take your one and only son, a child whom you've waited and prayed for over 100 years. Take him to the top of a mountain 3 days away and offer him as a sacrifice. Now, I don't know about you, but I think I'd have a couple of questions. But that's not what we see from Abraham. He simply hears God's instructions and obeys. Now, compare this with the story of Jonah or Gideon or even Moses, each of whom had to wrestle with God before eventually doing what he says. So, what makes Abraham so great? More on that next week. Thank you.
Hi, Professor.
Yes. Hello.
Hi, sorry, I wanted to introduce myself. I'm Sam.
Sam, Michael. Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you, sir, but the pleasure's all mine, actually. A couple years ago, I read your book, and I mean, I know you probably get this all the time, but it really changed my perspective on a lot of things, and it really kept me going throughout high school, too, so I've always wanted to be able to say thank you for that.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, Sam. Thank you very much. And actually, I don't think too many of my students know about the book until after they've taken the course, so it's nice to have someone who's going to be ahead of the curve.
Right, well, that's me. Anyway, I'll let you get back to whatever it is you're doing. I just wanted to introduce myself and say I'm really excited for this semester.
Likewise, Sam. Glad you're here.
Bye.
Take it easy.
So our tests revealed a couple of things. First and foremost, the dysfunction that your husband's been experiencing could be related to several physical and/or psychological factors. Low testosterone, high blood pressure, lack of sleep, well, and of course, just getting older. Now, I'm sure you know that it is not at all uncommon for couples your age to begin experiencing some general issues with fertility. Now, regardless of any of the medical factors that may be in play here, it's a simple fact of life that conception becomes more and more difficult as we get older. Now, I know this isn't the news you wanted to hear, but there are options. IVF and adoption, of course. Now, you're welcome to keep trying, but I'd say the best option for you right now is just keep an open mind.
Okay. Thank you, Doctor.
We just have to keep praying.
I feel like we're being punished for something.
I don't think God works like that.
Oh, you know how God works now? 'Cause you're a professor at a big university and you wrote a book about the Bible, so you know how God works now?
How's she doing?
How do you know it's a girl?
I just know.
Hi, Professor. Sorry, I was early for office hours and the door's open, so I thought I'd just come in.
Well, that's fine. Did you have an appointment?
No, was I supposed to?
Well, that's generally how I prefer to do things, but it's really no big deal. I just may have someone coming in shortly, and they would have my priority.
Oh, yeah, no worries. I had a couple of questions about the story of Abraham and Isaac that I was hoping you could clear out for me.
Well, I'll do my best. What do you got for me?
Well, I guess I'm just a bit confused about the story in general. I mean, I know everyone says God works in mysterious ways, but telling someone to kill their child just to prove that they're loyal or something, I don't know, it just doesn't seem fair. I mean, did Abraham do anything wrong?
Well, that's a very good question, Sam. Let me ask you this. Why do you think God stops him just before he does it?
I'm not really sure I can speak on God's behalf, Professor.
Well, I think that sometimes God confronts us with certain situations that may seem unfair or unjust while we're in them, but as we go through these experiences, we realize that he was teaching us something very important about ourselves. And I think that in Abraham's situation, that just may be the case.
Okay. Thank you, Professor.
Any other questions?
Well, there was one more thing I wanted to ask you about.
Sure.
How's your wife doing, Professor?
Excuse me?
Your wife. How's she doing?
She's doing just fine. Thanks for asking.
Has her milk started to come in yet? My mom always said she didn't even know she was pregnant with me until she noticed her milk starting to come in. My mom told me a lot of stories, actually. Her favorite was about my dad. You know, growing up, I'd see all the other kids with their dads, and I felt like I was being punished for something because all the other kids had one, and I didn't. And my mom, she would calm me down. She would tell me that he was just on vacation and that if I was good, he would come back when I was older. And then I got older, and she told me the truth. She told me that he abandoned her because he wasn't ready to be a father. She told me that he took her to an abortion clinic and waited in the car while she went inside. She told me that he still left her, even after he thought she had gone through with it. Now, you're an intelligent man, Professor. I know you know what I'm talking about. I know it's why you can't sleep at night. I know it's why your wife doesn't trust you. I know this must come as a shock, Professor. But don't worry, okay? I'm not here to take anything from you. In fact, I'm here to help you. I'm here to free you from this weight you've been carrying on your back for the last 20 years. Now, Professor, you and I both know that you don't deserve to get away with this without facing any consequences. I know you're desperate for a way to forgive yourself. So that's what I'm here to give you. And I can't tell you what to do. The choice is yours. But I can tell you that if your penis is still attached to your body in 6 months, the child will not be born. Do you understand? Now, Professor, it's up to you to decide whether or not I'm telling the truth. Tonight, you're going to go home, you're going to get into bed with your wife, and you're going to tell yourself that none of this is real. But one day, you'll walk outside, and on your doorstep, there will be a box. And once you see what's inside, you will know I was telling the truth.
Hello. Oh, I'm so sorry. Am I interrupting?
No, you're all good. I'm all set. Thanks so much for the help, Professor. Have a good rest of your day.
Hi.
she doing?
She's sleeping.
I was asking about you.
Okay. There's a gift for you on the table.
For me?
Mm-hmm.
Who's it from?
Didn't say.
What's this?
That's mean. You're not that old.
Any day now, I will hear you say goodbye, my love, and you'll be on your way. Then, my wild, beautiful bird, you will have flown. Oh, any day now, I'll be all alone. Oh, any day now, when your restless eyes meet someone new. Oh, to my sad surprise, then the blue shadows will fall all over town. Oh, any day now, love will let me down. Oh,